The International Maritime Defence Show is one of the leading international exhibitions in the field of shipbuilding, naval arms and weapons, as well as civil shipbuilding. Participants of the show are the main enterprises of the Russian marine industry and experts from all over the world. Large export contracts are concluded afterwards at the forum venue as a result of meetings and negotiations. The motto of the International Maritime Defence Show is "By cooperation to peace and progress." The show goes on promoting the development of international military technical cooperation, the establishment of production cooperation with Russian and foreign partners. Foreign companies take an active part in the activities of IMDS, Congress program, negotiations and meetings at partner stands, participation in demonstration events. IMDS format allows to present the products of enterprises at stands, in the open area, near the quays and adjacent waters, as well as to demonstrate naval artillery weapon and small arms systems in action at the artillery range, to discuss topical issues of shipbuilding development during Congress and business events. The exhibition is an authoritative business platform to demonstrate the global advanced developments in the field of shipbuilding and marine engineering. The grand opening ceremony of the 8th International Maritime Defence Show was attended by Deputy Prime Minister Dmitry Rogozin, Plenipotentiary Presidential Envoy in the Northwest Federal District Nikolai Tsukhanov, Governor of St. Petersburg Georgy Poltavchenko, Aide to the President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Kozhin, Commander-in-Chief of the Navy of the Russian Federation, Admiral Vladimir Korolyov, and other officials. The exhibition section of the show presented Rosenbaron-Export is a state organisation for export and import, an entire spectrum of the end products, technologies and services of military and dual purpose in Russia. United Shipbuilding Corporation is the largest shipbuilding company of the Russian Federation. This year, a number of ceremonial and business events was held within the show in order of the USC decade. For example, a cancellation ceremony of the stamp dedicated to the 350th anniversary of the Russian state shipbuilding was on the opening day of the exhibition. USC includes about 40 design bureaus and specialised research centres, shipyards, ship repair and machinery enterprises, on the basis of which a large part of the domestic shipbuilding complex is consolidated. Among USC, there are such St. Petersburg enterprises as Shredlinevsky Shipbuilding Plant is the leader of composite shipbuilding in Russia and the only enterprise in the country that masters to construct ships and vessels of 4 material types. Baltic Shipyard has built more than 500 ships and vessels for 159 years, as well as nuclear icebreakers and missile cruisers, ships of space communication and special purpose. Rubin Central Design Bureau for Marine Engineering is one of the world leaders in submarine design and the leading design bureau of underwater shipbuilding in Russia. Malachit St. Petersburg Marine Design Bureau. The main field is design, construction and testing of nuclear and diesel submarines, and manned ocean engineering. Alma's Central Marine Design Bureau is the Russian leading and unique designer of high-speed boats, floating docks, and ships of various classes, including air cushion. Severnaya Design Bureau, the leading surface warship design bureau in Russia. Admiralty Shipyards is the basic enterprise of the shipbuilding industry and the centre of non-nuclear submarine shipbuilding in Russia. Severnaya Verf Shipyard is one of the leading defence enterprises in Russia. Over a 100-year history, the shipyard has built over 600 surface ships and commercial vessels for the Navy and the civil fleet. The following design, research and industrial enterprises presented at the exposition should be noted. Electropribor Central Science Research Institute is the leading Russian institute in the field of high-precision navigation, gyroscopy, gravimetry and marine radio. The company presented navigation systems and hydroacoustic fiber antennae at the exhibition. Krylov State Research Center conducts research and development on the machinery noise and vibration control, solves the most complicated tasks of hydrodynamics and ship strength, and determines the development of ship power plants. Avrora Scientific and Production Association is the leading enterprise on development and the supply of automated surface ship control systems. Shipbuilding and Ship Repair Technology Center is the leading design and technological center of shipbuilding and ship repair in Russia, one of the largest scientific organizations in St. Petersburg. Ocean Pribor Concern, a developer and producer of hydroacoustic systems and stations for ships and submarines, as well as hydroacoustic equipment for the economic needs. At the exhibition, it presented the latest piezoelectric elements and manufacturing technologies for hydroacoustic antennae, as well as hydroacoustic underwater situation lighting stations. Prometei Central Research Institute of Structural Materials is the largest interbranch materials science center of the country. At the stand, the company introduced a welding technology of structural materials under low temperatures, as well as sacrificial protection and isolation valves with a service life several times higher than the current standards. Granite Electron Concern, the enterprise has been creating revolutionary military equipment and armament over the years. Radar MMS is one of the world leaders in the field of radio-electronic systems and complexes of special and civil purpose, precision instrument engineering, special software. Nevskoye Design Bureau is the longest-standing bureau of surface shipbuilding in Russia. It presented an export version of a large landing craft. Alma's Shipbuilding Company is a modern enterprise producing advanced high-class military equipment. Predany Border Patrol ship was presented at the Sea Terminal Quay. Being a regular participant of the previous shows, Gidro Pribor, Concern Sea Underwater Weapon, demonstrated at its stand the samples of sea-bottom mines and special-purpose underwater technical equipment. Among the participants, there were not only companies supplying devices and electronic components, information technologies, but also suppliers of industrial equipment, raw materials for shipbuilding, financial and insurance services. For example, Fire Automatic Service introduced new models of security and gaseous extinguishing systems. Alma's Anti-Concern presented the anti-aircraft missile armament of the Navy, RIF, Stil, Klinok, Komar, as well as the integrated missile system Kalibr. These are missiles for submarines and surface ships. Roskim Zashita Corporation presented a wide range of personal and collective safety apparels, as well as a gas mask with a flexible front as a new development. Companies from various regions of our country, from Moscow to the Far East, traditionally attend the exhibition. Vysokotochnie Kompletsky Moscow Production Association presented the highlight of the show, Pantsir ME anti-aircraft artillery missile complex, as well as Parma complex. Gorky Zelenodolsk plant presented the patrol and small missile ships, Gepard frigate, and others at the stand. As part of the exposition, there were stands of foreign companies, China Shipbuilding Trading Company Limited, and Brahmos, the joint Russian-Indian company. There are a total of 50 foreign participants. "17 ships and boats of the Navy and the Border Guard Service of the Federal Security Service of the Russian Federation were moored at the Sea Terminal Quays, including Admiral Makarov, frigate designed for search, track, as well as surface, submarine and air warfare with counterforce to carry out patrol and escort duty. Stoiky Corvette, a multifunctional stealth with a high level of system automation and integration. Stoiky is also equipped with a universal gun mount. Serpukhov, small missile ship, intended to conduct warfare in the seas and navigable rivers, as well as to carry out peacetime missions. Yevgeny Kocheskov, hovercraft landing ship. This machine has no limits. It can move on water, dry land, minefields and morass, bypassing obstacles and fences. Alexander Orbukhov, coastal minesweeper. The body made of monolithic fiberglass, it is designed for mine protection of naval bases, coastal marine areas, mine detection and destruction. Participating enterprises of the show demonstrated 32 boats at the quays of the exhibition complex. Such St. Petersburg companies as Stringer Shipyard, Niev, Ferumland and Lucky Verv, as well as other Russian manufacturers. At Rzhevka, the artillery range of the Russian Defense Ministry, there traditionally were live firings held for CEOs of enterprises, participants of the show, official foreign delegations, and mass media representatives. 10 naval artillery systems were demonstrated in action. Traditionally, there was the IMDS 2017 Regatta Sailing Awards, held offshore of the Gulf of Finland. "22 events were within the Congress and Business section. St. Petersburg Committee for Industrial Policy and Innovations held. Navy and Shipbuilding Nowadays 2017 International Conference. Simulation and Complex Modelling in Marine Engineering and Transporting Systems International Conference. Shipbuilding Product Lifecycle Management. Information Support Forum. More than 600 specialists took part in the conferences. Also, within IMDS 2017, the committee hosted a presentation of St. Petersburg shipbuilding enterprises for foreign delegations. The International Maritime Defence Show is held every 2 years in St. Petersburg for the last 14 years. During this time, it has risen to worldwide fame, both in the country and abroad. The show has been developing dynamically, proving its high efficiency and importance. 443 enterprises from 31 countries. 56 official delegations from 52 countries took part in IMDS 2017, as well as the President of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, Navy commanders of foreign countries, and other high-ranking officials. The results of the show demonstrate its high demand among marine industry enterprises. The best of IMDS 2017 exhibitors were awarded with diplomas and commemorative awards. Looking back on the results of the 8th show, it is safe to say that IMDS 2017 took rightful place in the world system of Navy equipment exhibitions and made a weighty contribution to the development of international ties and to cooperation in science and technology. The organizer of the International Maritime Defence Show 2017, the Ministry of Industry and Trade of the Russian Federation, with the cooperation of the Ministry of Defence, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Federal Service for Military Technical Cooperation, Rossomboronexport, the Government of St. Petersburg, and the operator of IMDS, Moscow Salon Company Limited. The next 9th International Maritime Defence Show will be held in 2019. See you next time in St. Petersburg.